Hey, good morning, YouTube. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. I apologize, but I really have been taking time to myself, allowing the Lord to work on me and just allow Him to order my steps. I had to take a step back and just regain, refocus, and here I am making another video. Today, I want to talk about loneliness and not allowing loneliness to one, occupy your mind to the point where you are literally in a mental prison, and two, you put yourself in situations where you are allowing yourself around people that God has already removed you from, or people that aren't good for you. So I just want to give like a little backstory to my own experience as to why I'm even saying what I'm saying. In my mid 20s, I was a young mom, and I also had like a lot of friends during that time. I thought I was popping, had a job, had kids, had my friends, like my social life. Everything was going good, right? Until it wasn't. And the more I started to elevate in life, the more slowly people started to fall off. And if I'm being completely honest, should have been fell off from day one. But I had a tendency to keep people around a lot longer than God intended for them to be in my life. I had a very difficult time letting go. And at least for my purpose in life, I know one of the assignments that was designed for me to overcome was abandonment issues, for sure. And that stemmed from my childhood, like my family. I definitely had to get over abandonment issues and isolation and rejection. It almost seems like everybody who was put in my life, whether it was friends or family, when things separated, they tried to inflict the wounds on me that I basically had to overcome. I hope this is making sense, because sometimes I have a hard time trying to put it in words, but basically I know my purpose was to overcome abandonment issues, isolation, and rejection. When you were a chosen one, and when you literally, and I used to say like, oh, I don't like saying that word, but it really is true, because there many are called, few are chosen. And if you listen to the stories, the testimonies of a lot of chosen people, it is very similar. We're all talking about the same things. Anybody who's talking about they're a chosen one and they haven't experienced a rough life, and they have this great life and everybody loves them, and they have this great social, life, and they got their family and all this stuff, I guarantee 9 times out of 10 they're not chosen. I have not seen one person, or if you have, please put in the comments, but I haven't seen one person who has claimed to be chosen and has not been dealt with obstacles from day one. That's what it seems like. From the time you entered out your mother's womb, you're hit with obstacles. And people that I would come across in life, they would inflict that on me by either rejecting me, abandoning me, or keeping me in isolation. Like, basically I'm trying to have a relationship with them. They are staying secluded. They don't want nothing to do with me. So it's like they're trying to inflict that isolation, if that makes sense. My message to you is keep going. It is definitely hard. I want you to know that God designed it for it to be that way. I want you to know that God did not put anything on you that He know you could not handle. I want you to know that everything worked out for your good. Had you still would have been attached to certain people, you wouldn't be who you are today. There's people that's in our lives that you may get a glimpse of them, and you look back and it's like, not to be judging, but you see where they are in life. You see how they talk, and out of the mouth is from the heart. So the things that people are saying gives you an insight of how they are internal, right? And when you look back at some of those people that you used to be connected with, most of them are still doing the same thing, saying the same thing, wearing the same thing. There has not been any growth. If God did not remove you, you would have been a part of that. And that was something that was a huge wake-up call for me. God, and I think, and I'm like, well, God, why did you? Because it was a part of the plan. Why did you remove me? Why did you favor me? Why? Why? Because it's part of the plan. Many are called, few are chosen. And you will see early on, God will start picking people out of your lives. And you're not going to understand why. It's not going to make sense. It's literally going to seem as if everybody is falling out with you at the same exact time. So internally, you're going to take it as, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? You can't be doing wrong to all these people. I know sometimes people have the impression like, oh, well, you're the common denominator, so you have to be the problem. No, not all the time. Not all the time. You're not going to tell me that one person is causing all this damage. No. No. And that's not to say that you haven't made mistakes. That's not to say you haven't done wrong. But the things that's being brought to you is not anything that you have given out. It's just like, whoa, I may have done wrong, but this is kind of extreme. Or I may have, did this, but this is extreme. Why are you treating me this way? Why are you talking to me this way? Why are you doing... It was for a reason. They weren't designed to be a part of your life for long term. And the quicker you realize that, the quicker it'll be easier for you to be able to accept it and move on. As hurtful as it is, one of the major things in life we have to learn is to let go. Whether you're chosen or not, our whole lives we're learning how to let go. When you have an infant and they go into the toddler stage, you're letting go of everything in the infant stage, their cribs and the bottles and the pacifiers. When they're toddlers and they're playing with their toys, but then they become school age, what are you doing? You're letting go of that stage. Everything in life we're going through, we're learning how to let go. And it took me years to understand this. It took me years to be able to accept it, because sometimes the loneliness will overtake you. And I put myself in situations where I will be so lonely. I'm like, I miss my friend, or I miss this family member. And I allow this person to come back in and things will be great for a while, but it always ends up the same. They always end up the same. So I have learned my lesson, and now I'm trying to basically build a community that works for me. And I want you to do the same if you're in this situation. Build a community that works for you. And what I mean by that is, if you have to create some distance, like social media, that's what I'm talking about, referring to, do that. You don't have to be in someone's physical presence to be able to connect with them. With social media, we are connecting with strangers like we've never done before. And to be honest with you, some of the best people you could ever meet is people that you've never had, like, that you don't know. You're strangers. They are going to be some of the best people that God can ever put in your life. So I pray that if you are in this situation, you're experiencing anything that I had mentioned, and you want to talk more about it, hit me up, put a comment, and just let me know. And yeah, we'll definitely talk more about this. But more than anything, if you don't take nothing from this message, just please, when you're in those moments of rejection, isolation, abandonment, take it back to God, and do not allow those feelings to take over you, because your feelings are valid. You're not a bad person. You're not the villain that everybody tries to make you out to be. But in order for them to feel comfortable, they have to make you a bad person. It doesn't matter what you did, what you said. In order for them to justify who they are and why they treat you the way they do, or why they look at you the way they do, they have to villain you. They have to make you a villain. You're a bad person. You're this, you're that, so that they feel good about themselves inside. But none of that matters, because if their opinion mattered to you, you wouldn't be where you are. God placed you where you are because He has the power, and He's seen what's in you. You don't need man to see what's in you. So always remember that. I will catch you guys later, and hopefully it won't be like another big break. I don't see it happening, but yeah, have a good day, y'all.